first question I really wanted to ask you, when I'm watching the show, I can't help but notice that Carlos is kind of the way you portray him is very real. It seems like really honest to me. Now, I don't know you, but is there any I guess how much of Carlos and Frankie are connected, would you say? Like how much of you is really in Carlos?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big chunk. I think a lot of it is me drawing on my experiences from high school. I think I was definitely that theater kid that was just so my like only thought in high school was like, what show are we doing next? Like, what's the next like musical that we're doing? So I definitely share that theater kid part with Carlos.
Yeah, I feel that. I was a theater kid as well. So what is it like working with Joe, your real life partner, on the show? I know you guys met on the show, and it was like just love at first sight, sparkles in the eye, the whole story. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, he's just literally the nicest person ever, and he's always so much fun to be around. But it is kind of cool because we're not, we kind of do our own thing at work. And so when we get home, it's nice that we just have like two different like versions of the day. But we know exactly who we're talking about. And, it's that part of it is fun.
Awesome. I love your nails, by the way. They're
Oh,
amazing.
thank you.
Yeah, of
Thank you.
course. You do them yourself, or?
I do. This was a quick one because I was like trying to do them yesterday really fast, but I'm actually proud. So
Yeah,
I
they
just
look
love
great. They look
it.
amazing. So, okay, let's get into the quinceañera, the episode.
Yeah.
I saw it last night. It was amazing. I cried for like I think an hour afterwards,
Oh my
just
gosh.
tear coming out. It gets me. Those kind of things, they get me. So what was going through your head when you filmed the episode, and then finally when you got to watch it last night during the whole event? What was that like for you?
I mean, it's such an experience to see my culture represented in such a way, and it's all about celebrating and just the whole episode as a whole, where it's these big group of friends coming together to show one person just how much they love, and just the message of it's because he's 100% himself. So I'm very proud of it.
Awesome. Yeah, it was amazing seeing that. I wish I had a gang like that in high school that just
Me
came
too.
together. I know, right? It's so. What were you thinking? Speaking of the cast, like coming together and celebrating Carlos, what was it like for you when, specifically, like the scene with Gina when she came up on the stage and talked to you? I know that they were talking to Carlos, but was there any part of it that kind of connected with you, uh, Frankie, while you were watching it, that kind of hit home?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think the part of like community and how supportive everyone is on the show towards each other. That's definitely what it is. I almost said backstage. When the cameras are down, it really just is this big supportive group of people. So I think that definitely like a little parallel between real and on screen.
Awesome. All right. Well, first off, I want to say you're an incredible singer. The
Oh,
songs you
thank you.
sang, especially last night, your rendition of "The Climb" with Joe was amazing.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you.
just as good, if not as good, as the one he did in the show. I cried both times. I can't. Um, so, who's someone that you want to sing with on the cast the most that you haven't yet, like a duet or a trio with one of the cast members?
Oh, that is a hard one. I It's weird to say all of them because it would like each song would be so different, and it would look different, and it would sound different. But I think Julia, singing with Julia would be really fun, or Dara. I'm again, it's like any of them.
Hmm. Hey, I'm not complaining about
Yeah,
a whole
I'll take
season with Frankie
yeah.
duets. So when did you start singing? Was it when you were like really young? What got you into wanting to become a singer and an actor, I suppose?
Oh my gosh. Well, the funny thing is, I really don't consider myself a singer, but I had been singing like My whole life, my family's very musical, so we always had to be in some type of piano lesson or voice lesson, and maybe that's kind of why I shied away from it for so long. When your parents tell
Right.
you to do something, you have to do the complete opposite.
Right, right.
um so creatively for me, the complete opposite was I just had such an interest in acting and
Mhm.
theater. And so, in the world of musical theater where all of like your interests get to collide, that was like the best. But no, I had been singing since I mean, birth, I would think.
Oh, okay. Very nice, very nice. What's your favorite song from the series so far?
So far, oh my gosh, it changes weekly because every time a new episode drops, it's like then the sound it comes with the on Spotify. So
Mhm.
right now it's like The Climb and A Dancer's Heart.
Oh, those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see here. How does this quinceañera compare to your actual 15th birthday or any quinceañeras that you've been in real life? What was it like having this sort of unique quinceañera for Carlos?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, it was so special. And just every detail was so beautifully done. And I remember my first time walking into the barn, and well, you have like a vision of what it's going to look like in your head always. And then to get there and see everything's just so lit up and beautiful. That was like a moment. But my own 15th birthday, I don't remember. I think we went to go see a movie, maybe. I'm not too sure. I don't remember.
I don't remember my 15th birthday
Yeah.
either, so that's fine. I think I also went to see a movie. I think some Marvel movie was playing at that point. And I went to see it
Yeah.
with my dad. So you mentioned during the Q&A last night that you found sort of like minds in high school when you started doing drama or theater classes.
Mhm.
So as a fellow theater kid, I really want to ask, what were some of your favorite shows or moments from high school, and how does that compare to playing a high schooler in High School Musical, the series, or a drama kid in the series?
Oh my gosh. So there is I'm from I'm from Selma, California, which is next to Fresno, California, where there is a dinner theater and their shows run for about a few months. And so during the school year, I was probably always in one of those. And then during the summer, it was always like children's theater. So you like kind of just bounce back from like show to show. So those experiences and those people that are still very much a part of my life are stay with you forever. And I think that's one of the cool things about theater is that you're constantly just making new family members, basically. um, and how it compares, and I think that compares to the show, just because I mean, all these people will be a part of my life forever. So
Mm.
it's definitely you're just creating little families everywhere.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm actually from Pasadena, California. I've never been to Fresno though, and when I was younger, Fresno was always kind of like Disneyland to me because I don't know, just the name Fresno.
Fresno?
It sounded so fantastical. You know, you say it like it's like saying San Francisco. It just sounds like a
You
new
clearly have
place.
not been.
I suppose not. Alrighty. Oh, let's see here. Sorry, I got a Face ID.
No, you're good.
Alrighty. So every time I watch Carlos, I'm really inspired as a member of the LGBT community myself, and someone who just loves to see Latinx or Latinidad representation and LGBTQ representation, especially in shows meant for younger viewers. I think it's so important. So, can you talk to me a little bit about like what you think about the representation, how important it is, and what it feels like to be a part of that representation now?
Yeah, I think it's so important. I mean, it's definitely something that, I mean, people who looked like me or sounded like me or acted like me, I never saw on television growing up. And even now, I still see it rarely. But I think it's so important. And the fact that we're getting to a place where people are actually asking for it now, I think that's amazing. And so I'm hoping to see if Carlos can pave the way for like another Latino kid to, come onto the Disney Channel. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to ask, I think I know what it is, but what is your all-time favorite moment in this episode, specifically with the quinceanera?
In this episode, oh my gosh, it changed. It's hard because there's so many. There's like the version of like actually being there
Hmm.
and getting to like see Joe perform the climb over and over and over again, and just like being in awe, and then getting to see that with the rest of the cast, because we filmed separately, and then there was a few takes where they brought in everybody where we're all together, and just to the energy that you feel, it's always like a little electric. But then when you watch it, you find more moments and maybe things that you missed or that you didn't get to see up close, like Sophia's number. We weren't able to be in the room when that happened, so it's things like that where you're just like, oh my gosh, that's incredible, I'm on this show.
So what is your favorite moment? And I know this is kind of a sort of the same question. What is your favorite moment in this series so far?
In the series so far, I mean, obviously this last episode is such a big moment. So I think I would just have to say this entire last episode. It's like,
yeah.
So yeah.
This last episode was my favorite. Absolutely. I already rewatched it on Disney Plus as soon as
oh
it
my
hit,
gosh,
so.
that's so fun.
So do you guys get to decide what musical you're doing, like how you guys are doing Beauty and the Beast, or is it just something you're kind of told at the beginning, similarly how it was in the show?
It's very similar to on the show. I think they do a very good job at making sure that whatever they do, they know how to highlight the people and like where to put them and who's going to play what. And so I think Beauty and the Beast was a natural selection because there are a lot of characters. Obviously it's Disney. There's gonna be lots of magic and stuff. And I think it's very different from High School Musical. I mean, obviously it's like a fairy tale. So I think that was like the perfect selection, but I don't know what we would do if we got to pick.
What would be like a dream? So for like season 3 of HSMTMTS, oh goodness. What would be like a dream musical for you?
Dream musical. I think I just always say Into the Woods because I think it's very similar. You know, all those characters, music is so beautiful and amazing. And I think I would love to see how the writers incorporate those songs into the show. I think that'd be so cool.
I would love to hear you and Joe do a rendition of Agony. That is my favorite song.
Hey guys, sorry to jump in. We have time for one last question.
Okay. Are there any future projects that people can look forward to from you besides the show, or?
Yeah, nothing that's announced, but it is through Disney. Some stuff coming up at the end of this month and next month. So I'm super excited.
Cool. Awesome. I'll look out for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our time. Thank you so much, Frankie. It was awesome talking to you. This was amazing.
Yeah,
I'm, like,
thank you.
A little starstruck, so.
Oh my gosh, stop.
Pop culture with a different perspective. Watch it on your screen, hit play, so check this. This is the Hard Knock Life, but not the chick.